So, as many of you know, The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring is my favorite film of all time, and the thought of tampering with this cinematic perfection for the longest time was just complete lunacy to me.
You shall be the Fellowship of the Ring.
Right.
But then, New Line put out the extended edition Blu-rays, and I realized that the color grade on Fellowship of the Ring had been quite significantly altered. And while indeed we have been told that these changes were approved and overseen by Peter Jackson and cinematographer Andrew Lesnie, and the transfer of that Blu-ray was significantly better than the theatrical edition, I personally was just a little bit disappointed in the overall grade.
Boromir, give the ring to Frodo.
Now, that's not to say that there weren't sequences that were indeed markedly improved. After all, the color grading technology had significantly improved over the years. For example, I did find some improvement in sequences like this, where they're able to separate the colors just a little bit more from one another, avoiding kind of the overall blue wash as seen in the theatrical cut, and allowing the characters' skin tones, for example, to be separated from the background just a little bit.
And he does not share power.
Additionally, I did find myself enjoying the updated color grade in the Rivendell sequences. It was just a little subtler and a little more pleasing to the eye.
I am ready to go home.
With that said, as has been discussed by numerous other fans of these films, the entire film, by and large, did have this new kind of greenish-bluish wash over it. So I was very keen to go through and, as best as I could, lift that out.
Don't think he knows about second breakfast, Pip.
And did it feel good to take sequences like this, from this, to this. Or just restoring some of the original warmth felt in the Hobbiton sequences, taking the footage from this, back to this. Something else that was changed in the Blu-ray extended edition color grade were just the overall black levels and contrast. And while in some sequences this did look marginally better, much of Bree, Weathertop, and all of Moria really did suffer. Especially if you haven't properly calibrated your television set, which oftentimes pumps in that much more contrast and really crushes the blacks to an even greater degree, you really will lose so much detail in those sequences. As such, it just felt so nice to bring a little bit of light back into those sections of the film. Like my cuts of The Hobbit, this updated color grade of the Fellowship of the Ring Extended Edition is available to view. Simply reach out to me using the email address down in the description below. Oh, and by the way, there was one additional little tweak that I made to the film that I hope is not too offensive to too many of you.
Bilbo Baggins of the Shire.
As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Cheers.